The temperate rainforests are magnificent. One enters these deep forests of big trees, light coming through the forest at an angle, always the sound of wild rivers rumbling by somewhere. It's just a really spectacular place.
A big reason why we've decided to go on the road for the next 2 years and live on the road is because I find it to be very important to transition to protecting these places from just simply recreating on them. My name is Susan Elliott.
I'm Adam Elliott. Together we're the Wild River Life. We're traveling around the United States. We're going to be kayaking, pack rafting, fishing.
And this week we are traveling around the Olympic Peninsula and exploring the rivers of the Wild Olympics. The rivers out here are just in such a pristine, beautiful place, creating such healthy ecosystems that we just find very few other places.
This spot right here, there's a rock outcrop that goes like out into the river channel. If we wanted to do like one more thing after.
Tom is the Pacific Northwest Stewardship Director for American Whitewater, and his work has spanned the entire Pacific Northwest in protecting rivers from the threats that they have and maintaining access to them for recreation. And Tom is going to show us them, sort of his backyard stashes of beautiful river systems and creeks that are here on the Olympic Peninsula.
American Whitewater is a river conservation organization that represents the whitewater paddling community. We're all about protecting, enjoying, and restoring rivers. But that interest extends beyond just the recreational experience. It extends to protecting a river and all of its values so people can enjoy it, but also so the ecosystem can be maintained in its healthy state. I think what's unique about the Olympic Peninsula is the tremendous amount of rainfall that these rivers get. The atmospheric river that comes off the Pacific Ocean hits the Olympic Mountains, and there's really very few places like it on the planet.
Boy, the first day out on the water on the Olympic Peninsula has been really nice. Super clear water. Couldn't be a more beautiful afternoon. Looking forward to more.
I think my perspective on the river is continually changing by the people that I meet that enjoy it in different ways.
Hi, Ashley. Susan, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
We're really excited to meet Ashley and learn how to fish from her, specifically because she comes from a community of people, her tribe, that has subsisted on salmon in these fisheries for thousands and thousands of years. And so she's bringing with her that heritage of understanding of river systems.
My name is Ashley Nicole Lewis, and I'm a member of the Quinault Indian Nation, and I'm a fishing guide on the Olympic Peninsula. Our rivers are run by the Quinault Indian Nation, and so the way that they manage it is different than the way that other rivers are managed. And we get fish back that are bigger, and we get more fish back than anywhere else in the Pacific Northwest.
This fish likely is gonna stay at the bottom because it's large and it can hold you there, and then it's gonna take off downriver. And we have collectively tried to pull it in for the better part of the last 25 minutes. This fish still, even at this point in the fight, this fish should be exhausted and it is still pulling him upriver. Nice and smooth, nice and even. This is a good fish. This is a hell of a catch. And a hell of a fighter. Steelhead are particularly spirited. So as soon as you touch him, he is going to lose his mind.
What's so amazing about coming out here is that I expect the habitat, the fishing, the area to be as it should have been, as nature's course allows it to be.
I'm really excited to go out with Tim in person because he knows these landscapes very intimately as a local resident for decades, but also it's his job to understand and explore and write about these places, share them with others.
I'm Tim McNulty. I'm a poet and nature writer, a conservationist. The Olympic rivers are unique, each one a little bit different than the others. They have their own magnificent wild salmon runs, their microclimates, forests, wildlife habitats, loads of different river recreational experiences.
Tim has lived on the Olympic Peninsula from the early 80s, and he's really been able to see how the place has been changing over the years.
I spend a lot of time rambling in the mountains, hiking, so my focus on the rivers has been how they fit into this whole larger experience, this whole magical forest ecosystem here. In the 70s, we had healthy salmon runs. People took rivers for granted. By the early 21st century, here on the Olympic Peninsula, 4 or 5 salmon listed under the Threatened and Endangered Species Act, development going on in rivers, people began to understand that these are resources that can be lost.
It's always sobering when the elders talk about what it used to be like and how amazing salmon fishing used to be. And I want it to be that way for future generations too. And part of that is really being on top of the conservation piece.
Land protection on the Olympic Peninsula got an early start, late 1800s. However, rivers protection on the peninsula hasn't really come to the fore until the last few decades.
The Wild Olympics bill is a piece of legislation that was developed over many years. The legislation would protect 126,000 acres of new wilderness areas. It'll be the first piece of legislation to permanently protect the free-flowing rivers that flow out of Olympic National Park and then out onto the National Forest.
It is a new beginning for recreation and ecologic protection on the Olympic Peninsula. I think, to me, it gives us hope for restoration activities all around the country.
Essentially, right here on the Olympic Peninsula, these rivers are as healthy as they can be. To protect them now, before there's that many threats, that's what's at stake here. Find that value in the way that they are and the way that they could be.
There's so many places in the United States where we're trying to heal river systems and bring back the natural fisheries, the natural landscape, whereas here on the Olympic Peninsula, that's already in place. There's ecosystems that are healthy and thriving, and it's really important that we're able to put a layer of protection on places like that.